Okay, so we're gonna look at the Silhouette Cameo. This is the plotter right here, and I'll screw the camera stand so I can put the camera so you can see how the device is working. So let's start with the turning it on. The button is somewhere right here. You need to hold it. Then it does some sound. Now, and before we start even doing something with this device, let's check out on my, it's called the mat, and don't ask me why is it so looks so horrible. But the thing is that I was doing a couple of cuts earlier, and I'll show today what I'm doing, what I was doing. And the thing is, if you want to cut out with the Silhouette, I was doing a package for a card game, and if you want to cut out with the Silhouette Cameo something, for example, this was the cut right here. Wait, let's turn the camera a little bit down. This was the cut right here. It's a pack, right? And it holds together like this, and you need to glue it right here, and then you close the pack. Just look at the pack. Imagine it's just a square, and if you put paper on the mat and you want to cut it, and imagine this is the cut it out part. If the blade goes first direction right here, everything goes normal. Then it goes down, everything goes normal. And when it starts going to the third side, the paper starts turning, and you finish one side completely skewed. And then when you finish this last line, the paper just turns like this, and the machine is trying to cut, and everything scratches inside, and basically you just pull the wire out to just shut down the Silhouette because the paper is jammed there and everything is bad. So this was the problem when I wanted to cut out something, and what I think the plotters are really useful are for Winley cutting. Because half of the paper gets cut out and half of the paper remains on the second, the glued paper. So that's why you need. Wait, sorry, camera fell down. So that's why you need this mat, like this. But the biggest problem is that you need to have a glue on it, and that's why I bought the spray glue, basically, and you can then a little bit glue this paper, and it gets a little bit stuck. And when it gets a little bit stuck, it doesn't turn the paper. So overall, I wanted to buy this Silhouette just to do the cutting out of the papers, cards and greeting cards and stuff like this. But it turned out it's completely as a machine. It's you can do some kind of a single cuts. For example, I'm doing like a sample, and if I decide to put it in production, then I need to go and put in somewhere like a printing house so they can like multiply 10,000 pieces of these. So Silhouette, just you can do a sample. And next thing is about the Silhouette Cameo is that I needed like 2 days to learn how to get out something that I can obviously use, and it was hardly difficult. So okay, let me show you how you can start doing your first cutout with this thick paper. But it can cut a thick paper. This is a thick paper, 240 grams. It's like a cardboard. So anyway, let me show you how you can print and cut. Yes, okay. So first you get the paper which you printed from the Silhouette Studio program software. It prints with the cut lines. So when you print it with the cut lines on any printer you have, the printer will try and read the cut lines, and then he will decide where to do the cutting edges. So basically the idea is that you print out the cut lines, you take the original printing out, and you put in firstly you put over the cut lines then outlines, and then you take the original printing out and leave the markers here. So the next thing is that how I learned to do it to achieve a successful result is take the mat and, you know, here's the arrow, put it but put it like this. Oh no, this time I will use it like this because we're using the read line. Now, next thing is that the printer will try to read the first line right here. And if you put you need to put exactly where the paper is. So if you put it somewhere aside, the printer will not find a cut line and he will not do anything. So the biggest problem is that you need to adjust the cut line. So I will stick the paper to the mat right now. Okay, so here is I glued this paper right here, but the first couple of times the paper, when you take it off, there's a glue parts left on the back side of the printer. I skewed, I didn't place accurately a little bit. You can see right here is a 2 or 3 millimeter line, and right here is absolutely perfect. So I will see whether the printer also, if you put the paper a little bit rotated, the printer reading the cross lines will try to rotate also the cutting. So then you need to put it inside this machine, and I always put so the plastic rolls hold over the paper. So this roll is not here. Let me see what I mean. Let me show you what I mean. Focus, camera, focus. So right here the plastic roll, which is right here, will stuck over this roll right here. But this roll is really away, so I will try to push it. Let me finish. So as you can see right now, it should be touching the paper. So the next big difficult thing is that you need to load the paper precisely. Let me see whether it will be possible. Hold it, load it. Okay, obviously I managed to do it. So then the next thing you need to do is you need to go to the Silhouette Studio and prepare the work for printing, and it's done easily. So we need to close down all this. Okay, the screen is with the problem. So okay, let's put it like this. So as I said, here is the thing that I printed. Here are the cut lines. And I will just put the cut lines over to it. Okay, it should be fine. Delete the printing marks and then send to Silhouette. Cut settings. And I already know the settings for this stock paper. I've learned that it's automatic blade. Here it's 5, and here it's 28, and then what it means, it does overcut, so you can take it off. So then you need to just plug in the Silhouette USB cable and send it to Silhouette. And then this machine will start cutting. Well, it should start cutting. Okay, as for now, the printer is trying to find the cut lines. I mean the plotter, sorry. But it did some kind of strange sounds. I always watch and always I'm ready to prepare to to turn off this printer. Obviously, it's doing the cuts quite randomly. One line there, one line there, one line there. But as you can see, it's doing the precisely as in the design that I made. So it's finished. And then you would need to unload. It pops out the paper. And let me show you what I mean by when you need to glue this. So when I got this silhouette, I was quite at the beginning disappointed. So if this paper is not glued, the design will just pop out and it will mess everything up. And now you can see the paper is not coming out. It could be because the cutting marks are not deep enough. Let's see whether, yeah, the cutting marks are not deep enough. So because I printed over, I'm using a laser printer. The laser printer does over like a couple of millimeters now, but something over the paper, making it more thicker. So the cutting is he didn't cut through it perfectly. So I need to make another print. I need to stick it again to this mat, and then I need to send the job one more time, only using deeper blade adjustments and thicker paper. So this is what I was printing like 10 things in a row. Obviously, if you're more professional, I think you can avoid this, but me as a beginner with this machine, it's quite annoying sometimes, so I will need to print one more time. Another minus on the silhouette was that if this roll is not touching the paper, if this roll is touching somewhere on the plastic, the paper itself can start, sliding over the mat. So I only use the rolls, and there are so less places. If you want to cut a non-standard paper sheet, this roll is not designed to put somewhere here. Okay, there are two markers right here, but it should be like one there, one there, one there, one there, and it's not designed for that. So basically, it's quite a pain in the head many times using this device. So I printed it one more time, I loaded one more time, and now let's the screen is so blurry, and let's now use the cut settings one more time. Silhouette, cut settings, and let's go down, make it to 7, and let's use 28. I think I didn't save 28. It saved me 20, so maybe I didn't save the 28. So anyway, let's try it one more time. So something is cracking right here, so I don't know. Okay, let's fast forward. unload will appear shortly. Okay, unload please. So let's see whether it did a nice fine cut. It did a cut that you can take off, but as it's still glued to the mat. Also, another thing is if you use too thick cuttings, it will cut through the mat. So that's also bad. And voila, we have a nice. You can bend it. Card game box. Well, as you can see, it's not a very beautiful design because the cuttings right here are white, but okay, it's blurred out. Let's focus. But as a sample to show what I want or to give to somebody a gift, I think it's quite perfect. Okay, so you can do such things with the Silhouette Cameo, but as I said, it's not that easy. It's not a production machine. If I want to make another cut directly like this, I need to place the printing onto the mat, stick it, glue it, and obviously after 10 to 15 cuts the sticky mat will lose its stickiness, and you need to spray glue one more time over it. But when you spray the glue over it, the paper will have glue dots on the back side. So the thing is that you will need to use a couple of sheets to like glue it, take it off, glue it, take it off, to take out the glue parts of itself, to make it like sticky, but the glue is still left on the mat. So what I mean is that you need to like have it's not a production machine. Also, it's I think it's a craft, you know, for little jobs or little for your own small studio, for your own personal needs. It can become quite handy when you need it. So my personal experience is that you need to have much space on your table to use this machine, because the mat will go outside from the back of the Silhouette, and you know, throw something away, like wires or something, what's on the back side of the plotter. And you need a long USB cable, as in my case, because it's staying straight out of the computer. And then you need to like spend 2 or 3 days to just print, cut, test something, find the specific paper types, and all of those things. And also, what the biggest difficulty is that the Cameo doesn't import PDF files. Because I usually use PDF, and the Silhouette Studio does not allow to import them. I convert PDF to TIFF formats, picture formats, and then I resize the format to the outlines, and then I print. So it's a quite difficult thing. Obviously, if the Adobe Illustrator will allow to print and send to cut directly, it could be a really nice thing if it would have like a thing like that. So overall, it's useful for studios, making some samples, doing some cuts. But as a production machine, I don't know. Maybe Winleys, put in a 3-meter long Winley paper and cut out Winleys. But in this case, in my case, I made a beautiful box right here. And if I need 100 samples, I will still use the Silhouette. But if I need 1,000 products like these, I will send it to the printing house. So thank you for watching, and hope this video show you some insights. If you have any questions, you can write me, and then I can tell what this Silhouette can do, and what the pluses and minuses of it.